Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. Good evening. It's News Hour with me, Shola Bello. Coming up in this edition, NEC declares retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio of the SLPP winner of the March 31st presidential elections. Supporters of the SLPP continues to celebrate elections victory. And how has the outcome of the election process affected businesses? SLPC finds out. These and more coming up. Welcome back. It's News Hour with me, Shola Bello. President Julius Maada Bio, who succeeds former President Ernest Bai Koroma, has the daunting task of reuniting the country and improving the economy. He was sworn in on Wednesday, 4th of April, at the Radisson Blu Hotel in Freetown, following his declaration as winner of the March 31st runoff polls by the country's Electoral Commission. We bring you highlights of the proceedings.
On behalf of the National Electoral Commission, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you all to the National Returning Officers session. I will introduce the high table. Immediately by me is Commissioner Miata French. She is the Commissioner for the Western area. I will go on the far end of the table. She is Commissioner Augusta Bokari, Commissioner for the Southern region. On her left is Commissioner Maksud Jibril Sisi, Commissioner for the Northern region, also for the Northwestern region. Commissioner Ayamatia is unavoidably not here, but everything that he's supposed to do as a commissioner, he has done manually. And I also want to take this opportunity to give the mic over to the Chief Electoral Commissioner and Chairman, National Returning Officer of the National Electoral Commission, who is Mohamed Umfa Ali Content. Thank you.
Returning Officer, and the results of the presidential election runoff held on 31st March 2018. In exercise of the powers conferred upon it by Section 38 subsection 8 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone 1991, Act number 6 of 1991, and Section 70 subsection 1 of the Public Elections Act 2012, Act number 4 of 2012, the National Electoral Commission successfully conducted a presidential election runoff in Sierra Leone on 31st March 2018. Pursuant to Section 42, subsection 2, E, and the F of the Constitution of Sierra Leone 1991. Both the polls and tallying processes were observed by political parties, agents, various national and international observation missions or groups, embassies, and the media. The results. 11,122 polling station results were entered into the result database, representing 100% of all polling stations across the country. The national turnout is 2,578,000 271. National turnout 2,578,271, representing 81.11% of all registered voters. The total number of valid votes cast is 2,546,577. Total valid votes cast is 2,546,577, representing 98.76% of all votes cast. 98.76%. The total number of invalid votes cast is 31,694. Invalid votes cast 31,694, representing 1.24% of all votes cast. The detailed result by polling station will be posted on the NEC website www.necsl.org. A full breakdown of the result by district is appended to this statement. The number of valid votes cast for each candidate is as follows: Kamara Samura Matthew Wilson, All People's Congress, APC, received 1,227,171 votes. 1,227,171 votes, representing 48.19% of the valid votes cast. 48.19% of the valid votes cast. Bio Julius Mada, Sierra Leone People's Party, received 1,319,406. 1,319,406 votes, representing 51.81 valid votes cast. Therefore, in exercise of the powers conferred on me as National Returning Officer, by sections 52, subsection 2, and 94, subsection 4 of the Public Elections Act 2012, Act number 4 of 2012, I hereby certify that Bio Julius Mada, having polled 1,319,406, 1,319,406 of the valid votes cast in the 31st March 2018 presidential election runoff, has been duly elected President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Any citizen of Sierra Leone who has lawfully voted in this election may challenge the validity of the said election of the President by petition to the Supreme Court of Sierra Leone within 7 days after the declaration of the presidential result, pursuant to section 55, subsection 1 of the Public Elections Act 2012, Act number 4 of 2012. Mohammed Fahmy, from the Chief Electoral Commissioner, Chairman, National Returning Officer, dated 4th day of April 2018. May I take the opportunity to thank the government and people of Sierra Leone, the national partners, the media, political parties, everybody, commissioner, and the next staff for supporting the National Electoral Commission for conducting this election.
At the Radisson Blu Hotel, we are waiting on the arrival of the Chief Justice, wherein the newly elected President, retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio, is about to be sworn in, and no sooner he's sworn in by the Chief Justice than he assumes office. He has already, the result has been announced now. The Constitution of Sierra Leone says once the president is sworn in, is announced by the Chief Electoral Commissioner, within 24 hours the new president should be sworn in, and that's exactly what we are waiting for at this moment here now. You can see supporters of the Sierra Leone People's Party are all here. I can see members of the diplomatic and consular corps. I can also see foreign diplomats are here this evening to witness this important occasion, the swearing in of retired Julius Brigadier Maada Bio as the newly elected president of Sierra Leone after the March 31st runoff election. We are here at Radisson Blu to witness this great moment in the history of Sierra Leone, wherein power has changed hands from Ernest Bai Koroma to Brigadier retired Julius Maada Bio. We are here at Radisson Blu. There is no room to swing a cart, as the English people say. The place is just jam-packed. The place is just jam-packed. There is no room to swing a cart here at the Radisson Blu. I have with me here Dr. Ali Kaba. I have Dr. Ali Kaba, who was the campaign, who was head of the SLPP campaign team. How can you describe this moment for your party?
Well, this is a historic occasion. It marks clearly the first time when the APC has been knocked out through the ballot by the SLPP in a highly competitive election. It is also a moment for us to reflect and think about the next steps. This is really a victory for all of us. It's not just a victory for those who voted for the president-elect, Julius Maada Bio. It's a victory for all Sierra Leoneans. We are confident that with Julius Maada Bio as president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, we'll have inclusive governance. We'll make sure that we'll build a bridge to a future that will include everyone, leaving no one out. He has made a commitment to unite our country at a time when we are deeply divided along tribal and regional lines. So we need somebody like him, and he's coming with hope. He's going to make sure that our democratic society does not die out, that we actually increase public trust in government, and more importantly, make sure that we lift people out of poverty.
What do you think is going to be the priority of Julius Maada Bio his first 100 days?
We have to deal with so many things, but I can tell you one thing. He's promised that education will be a centerpiece of his overall public policy agenda. We have to figure out a way to deliver on the promise of free education with quality as the foundation of it. We want to make sure that we stop the massive leakages by putting an end to corruption, making sure that we engage in the resource mobilization that will finally make us fiscally sound to tackle the monumental challenges we face. If we do not have the revenue base for the programs we want to implement, it's not going to work. So clearly, he's coming in to take an inventory of what we have inherited. And I can tell you right now that there's a lot to be done.
Has there been a telephone conversation between Brigadier Julius Maada Bio, President-elect, and Dr. Samura Kamara?
Not to my knowledge as you speak. It might happen while I was busy here. But again, I know that the two have a long history of working together. Remember that Dr. Samura once worked for President-elect Julius Maada Bio. So we are confident that even beyond the formalities of a phone call, these are two people who have developed a chemistry of working together, understanding each other, and I think that that is going to continue. What happened today through the ballot is not going to affect their relationship.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, he is Dr. Ali Kaba, the person who led the SLPP campaign team.
Babzu.
Dr. Julius, welcome to SLBC, sir.
Thank you very much.
You are the vice president-elect. How can you describe your emotion at this moment?
Well, we are very happy, first of all, that the process went very well, peacefully, and then we're going to have a very peaceful transition. This is what we wanted, a free, fair, and credible elections leading to a transition. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy for the country as well.
Please be seated.
on the mic. Huh? Mr. President-elect, how can you describe your emotion at the moment?
One of happiness.
Thank you very much.
I wish to invite Father Suma to lead us in Christian prayers, please.
People of Sierra Leone, this reminds us, if God does not build for us, in vain do we labor. And if God is not our watchman, we watch in vain. O God, creator of all humanity, we commit to your care our dear Sierra Leone, that day by day is trying to prove her democratic credentials. She has come a long way. We thank you for the progress she's made. And today we cross another threshold of swearing in our president-elect to become the president of this nation. We ask for more blessings. We ask for more guidance and for more protection. You chose him to lead this nation. And in all the moments, the high and low moments of his life, you have always prepared him. And at this momentous occasion in his life, Lord, we ask that you crown his efforts. Bless each and every person who has contributed to this momentous occasion. Lord, as we move, we ask that you bless Sierra Leone. Bless her towards the path of prosperity, peace, unity, a nation that thinks and works together and develops together. And Lord, may we always sing your praises, as together we always say the prayer that you have taught us. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Alhaji Mohammed Jallo will now lead us in Muslim prayers. The mic to the State Chief of Protocol for the continuation of this ceremony.
Good evening, everybody. My Lord, the Chief Justice, Ministers of Government present, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Section 54, subsection 1 of the Public Elections Act provides that after taking and subscribing to the oath, the person elected to the office of president shall assume that office on the date upon which it is declared elected by the returning officer, or upon the date that his predecessor's term of office expires, whichever is the latter. Section 46, subsection 4 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone 1991 prescribes that upon his assumption of office, the President shall take and subscribe to the oath for the execution of his office as set out in the second schedule to the state constitution. Section 46, subsection 5 of the Constitution also prescribes that the said oath shall be administered by the Chief Justice of Sierra Leone or the person for the time being appointed to exercise the functions of the Chief Justice. Having been duly elected as President of the Republic of Sierra Leone and relying on the aforementioned legal provisions, I now invite the Honorable Chief Justice of the Republic of Sierra Leone to administer the oath to be taken by His Excellency, retired Brigadier General.
Section 46, subsection 5 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone, Act number 6 of 1991, I now have the honor and privilege to invite you to take the oath of office as President of the Republic of Sierra Leone.
I, Julius Maada Bio, do hereby, in the name of God, swear that I will at all times well and truly discharge the duties of the office of the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone according to law, that I will preserve, support, uphold, maintain, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Sierra Leone as by law established, and that I will do right for all matters of people according to law, without fear or favor, affection or ill will. So help me God.
Do hereby, in the name of Allah, swear that I will faithfully and truly discharge the duties of the office of Vice President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, and that I will support, uphold, and maintain the Constitution of Sierra Leone as by law established. So help me Allah.
Members of the Fourth Estate, fellow Sierra Leoneans, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today is a new dawn. The dawn of a new era. The people of this great nation have voted for change in a new direction. We are honored and privileged to serve the new government of Sierra Leone. Let me take this opportunity to first and foremost thank and congratulate the people of Sierra Leone for coming out in large numbers in the first and second round of elections to vote for peace, security, stability, development, and above all, change. In particular, let me thank the membership of the Great Sierra Leone People's Party. In particular, let me thank the membership of the Great Sierra Leone People's Party for this historic democratic victory. I want to particularly acknowledge the leadership and support of our outgoing President, His Excellency Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma, and the APC government for sustaining our tradition of peaceful democratic transition. I said during this campaign that this election is about the future of Sierra Leone, the future of our children, and the future of our grandchildren. I thank you for electing me as the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. I am humbled by the trust and confidence that you have reposed in me to lead this great nation. From today, I am President of and for all Sierra Leoneans. Whether you voted for me or not, be rest assured that I will be President for all Sierra Leoneans, irrespective of the political party that you belong to or the party of the part of the country that you come from. We have only one country, Sierra Leone, and we are all one people. My government will promote national unity, national cohesion, and disciplined leadership as the foundation for inclusive. My government will promote national unity, national cohesion, and disciplined leadership as the foundation for inclusive governance and inclusive development where no one is left out. I therefore call on you all and all other political parties to join me as your President to develop and transform this nation. Let me thank the National Electoral Commission, NEC, the international community, our development partners, the press, civil society organizations, non-governmental organizations, members of the military and other security services for your commitment and support in helping us achieve a free, fair, transparent, and relatively peaceful election. I have no doubt that this will further help us to strengthen and consolidate our democracy. In the coming days, you will hear from me the details of my government's program and policies. Let me conclude by thanking our First Lady. Let me conclude by first thanking our First Lady, Mrs. Fatima Bio, my family members, my team and supporters, and the Great Sierra Leone People's Party for the support and encouragement throughout this challenging and rewarding journey. Above all, I thank God Almighty for this great day and the privilege to serve this great nation. I thank you all. May Allah
subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let's thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Swearing-in ceremony of President-elect retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio at the Radisson Blu Hotel last evening. We continue with the news. Supporters of the winning Sierra Leone People's Party continue to jubilate across the country. Our own Nasiruddin Kurma was caught up in the euphoria.
The national grassroots chairman for SLPP.
President Salon don't get new president in the country of retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio. Waiting at the reaction of party supporters and sympathizers and the party of Israel.
Well, of course, that's very common and usual. When somebody goes back from competition and win, that euphoria, that anxiety, that happiness, that joy, now you don't see the manifest on the party official.
Yeah, so prior to this, waiting on the advice where will have you and the other leader them with the key supporter them where we see no violence, nothing, we don't go right around the town.
Well, the SLPP not a stranger to peacefulness. The SLPP don't always demonstrate peacefulness by all what they do. Right? From the time when they give independence, they get with peace. We will not shed blood. Up to the time when we conduct the first democratic elections, we hand over peacefully to the former president, Ona Ernest Koroma.
So now that the SLPP candidates don't win, and now the president-elect Julius Maada Bio, if we can't work for the whole salon, but what do you feel say the young people in need will go make a win the other election where they can?
Well, the agenda and the campaign not say all. Where I believe so for the admire Ghana, Nigeria, not for any other team. Not of the current continent and get diamond and gold. They don't get a lekkeri. Now because they embrace the basic thing for human development, one education. And now the entire brigadier don't put as the agenda that people should be educated. Education for the free from zero to SST. So combination with education, salon will move
Before the inauguration, we are going to have a job. Waiting as message to the other young people waiting at the AGM for cover, for fun, for other things. Why would they wait at the inauguration?
Well, of course, before you did the inauguration, don't forget the result. We don't pass on social media. Because we the coordinator, all the support.
Since last night when they announced the results, of course, SLPP supported them. Come on and do jubilate, dance in a peaceful manner. You see the keke go up and down, the round up to up corners, you see the camp, everybody joyous, the dance, like no threatening of it actually, because like this particular constituency, this area over the years, over the past elections, all we never experienced anything like violence. I believe so. Political tolerance the manifest and displays since the previous election. So yesterday when they declare the results, when they declare the winner, everybody just accepts and dance together. Even the APC supporter then they join the SLPP supporter then they dance.
So whose area is this?
Well, this is the Asobi Corner area, but the constituency in 121 we make up Asobi Corner, Coconut Farm, Best Garage. A very peaceful area. This.
So before they announce this result, from what we see first round campaign term, Una been worried of anything will go happen like when result go come out of Uskas?
No, like we don't get past experience as I say. Everybody be just resolute. So whatever the outcome will be, outcome you go just accept them and go along. Because like I mean they work along at the either side.
actually. From your side SLPP to the other side APC, everybody be doing resolute for the result for the camp. That's where it can go accept them and they go along. That's the you win. That we all win. Everywhere they can on this morning, somebody with APC people, they know they can dance. So that's the political tolerance what we experience in this particular surrounding. We don't get anything like violence, no any other thing where they intimidate or orchestrate violence there. So we just accept the result. Everybody they dance together.
All right.
No disturbance. Everybody just accept, laugh, smile. This, that.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Yeah.
In the wake of the presidential declaration, the people of Sierra Leone are hopeful that the new governance structure will reflect inclusive governance, tolerance, and peace. Our reporter, Joseph Ture, was out on the streets.
The message you get, no all be as one. No violence, no hatred, we all be as one. Now, President, for honor, for embrace them, for live as one, no faith, no thief, no nothing, all for be one.
Yes, and that's one of the
President Bio, he wants them, he loves the way he don't say. He dey help. What he don't say, he dey do. Make it do him.
Yes.
Let it not be like for say, just can't come a flag, we won't vote for him.
Yes.
He not able to do nothing for we. We can't get with the suffer, some of don't even suffer. But President Bio, let me say, he can put the end of the stop.
Well, I get the message still, we appreciate God, because God now choose the leader. We appreciate the one way votes for mother. Let God make the country the peace, no problem. We appreciate everybody who votes for mother. Then we say we no vote for her, we appreciate. Well, I tell the president say, make it just take everybody as one. Then vote for Ramon and not vote for her. Let just take we all as one.
Well, I got message to me, colleagues, fellows Sierra Leoneans. Say as election not done, we for them in peace. Even as they jubilate in peace. Because God now able to do them, and God now they bring a leader. And as God give a leader, whether His Excellency Julius Maada Bio, we all for there under the tomb with God for support them with peace and love and unity. So the Excellency Julius Richard Julius Maada Bio, as King Solomon may pray, he said, oh Lord my God, I have asked for wisdom and understanding how to go about to rule my people. And I continue to send this message to the Excellency Julius Maada Bio for Sierra Leone. Let the wisdom that God give for let it take over power of Sierra Leone, not only for himself, but for the people of Sierra Leone.
We're happy because Maada Bio win. And we all know we get Salone. Salone, now for we all. They don't say SLPP, now Maada Bio get them, now everybody gets them. When I Sierra Leone people party, we tell everybody in Salone say, when Maada Bio win, mandate me in food and so, now we all get Salone. We don't get nobody who pass the company now. Let us pray God say, let Maada Bio deliver away. Let Maada Bio deliver away. Then, it promises, let it be clear. What is the leader say? Now we don't put for them. We love them. We let them.
In Calabar Town, in the eastern part of the city, our reporter Victor Kamara sampled the mood of supporters.
One
Our reporter Soriba Samora was also out and about seeking the views of Sierra Leoneans on the outcome of the elections.
What he don't talk this morning, I listen to him words. He say he want for make inclusion. Sometimes go down well with your own supporters then because of waiting some people they may not they go through. But as the lady we been the interview this morning, he talk something, say if we get for make sure say this country I go before the country is really good thing then at this country here. Nobody not supposed to suffer at this country here, but it then at the hands of the politicians there, and especially in the matter. Me want for see he make a difference. How you go make a difference? He don't talk say he get for make inclusion. And forget about tribalism, forget about nepotism, all the negative things that will make people then change their mind because of what them we don't get now the other party. He need for learn from them till then day, from them failures then he use them as a lesson for correct in your leadership so that it go succeed. The supporters then waiting me they talk, no say because of I not come on a region, so make I be negative. And I understand say boku of the ministers then they na the APC party. Anyway, anyhow it be APC themselves, however it be, we talk bad say, but then get some good things there where them be don't do. Nobody know they will get all thing bad about her. So what I want for encourage the honorables them, all them ministers, the parliamentarians then, do ya law go with an open heart to the parliament, law work as one, any good things we can up. If an idea will be for say now for the betterment of we the people then, now this country here, do ya una work with them. Not say because this not to me party or this not to me tribe. We too small. If you check me, why sit down I so? I get Mende blood, I get Timni blood, I get Limba blood, I get all kind blood. So if a person asks me, I not like for talk say this na me tribe. I always like for say me na Sierra Leonean. I think say that they go make let this country move. And back, woman them business. I not go forget that. Mother, as you don't can, do ya not forget we. Because una not go succeed. Man there, una not go ever succeed if woman they not the inside. And where take woman business, he put them before, we work together hand in hand, then the picking them and the youth themselves, then your business go right. So the youth them, they stand for you, the woman there, the picking them. But woman and youth business, now for put them before. And the journalists them, then go through a lot. Me from the beginning of me work, I always like for work with journalists them because all what happen if I then a bush, I been in a one village. But because I dey listen radio, I know everything where they go on and I been they follow up throughout. So then self, do ya Lord give them chance, freedom, press freedom is very important. If you allow, let them criticize you, where you do wrong, I think say you go make like go before. You know for make bossy business or make like say you na God. Nobody know to God. Now only God na God and God know the change.
We'll join Esther Marie Samora now for the sports.
Sports update on News R. I am Esther Marie Samora. In this edition, reports reaching SLBC Sport Desk suggest that Abubakar Kata has been eliminated in the 69 kg round of 32 in the ongoing Commonwealth Games in Australia by New Zealand 69 kg boxer Leroy Hindley. Kata lost the bout by 5 points and he has already been eliminated. Details of that story will meet you in a subsequent program. As Bintu Rabi Jallow also lost her first swimming 50-kilometer butterfly in today's encounter. Away from that, the Ministry of Sports has held a farewell ceremony for 32 beach volleyball players to the Chinese Consulate at the Chinese Consulate Hall, Hill Station in Freetown. The 32-man delegation will be traveling to China on a 2-month
beach volleyball training course, which is geared towards promoting the competitive level of beach volleyball in Sierra Leone. Here is a report of the ceremony.
In his statement, the Economic and Commercial Counselor of the Embassy of the Republic of China in Sierra Leone, Zhang Zhonggai, welcomed the participants and congratulated them for being the lucky ones. He speaks more on the training course.
The purpose of your trip to China will be to support you in learning new technical skills, promote cooperation between our two countries, enhance mutual friendship with your Chinese counterparts. Share your knowledge and experience with others when return, and serve as a bridge between China and Sierra Leone in future.
Simiti Mansari, on behalf of the Ministry of Sport, commended the Chinese community for the training course, which she believes will capacitate the participants. She further admonishes them to comport themselves in China.
I would like to say that it is a new training opportunity for our youth, and this will help to develop their psychosocial being. And when such domain is developed, it increases their output, hence a win-win situation. To you, the participants, let me use this opportunity to talk to you all in the form of advice that you please comport yourself and be at your best during this training. Remember, as you go in, you are now representing our nation, Sierra Leone. And be aware that based on your comportment and performance, more opportunities will follow this, as the saying goes. The coming events cast their shadow.
Sarah Kaba, one of the participants, expressed appreciation to the Chinese community, Ministry of Sport, and promised to represent Sierra Leone well.
Since this is some of our first time of going to China to participate in this training, we believe and we hope that our participation over there will be successful. Once more, we want the players when just to participate to really assure the people that we never disappoint.
The traveling documents were distributed to the delegation that is expected to leave Sierra Leone on 12th April 2018.
We are wishing all the best to the 32-man delegation that will be leaving Sierra Leone on April 12, 2018 for China on a volleyball beach training course. That's all the latest in sports. I am Esther Maisamwa. Thanks for watching. From sports, we end news hour for tonight. The main points again. NEC has declared Brigadier retired Madabio of the SLPP winner of the March 31st runoff presidential elections. Supporters of the Sierra Leone People's Party have continued to celebrate elections victory, and traders appeal to President Bio to honor his campaign pledge, especially in the free education for high school students. Well, that's all in this edition. On behalf of my news editor, Thomas Neal, I am Sheila Bello. Thanks for your company. For more information about the program, send us your comments to the SLBC. Thank you for watching. Good night.